Welcome to Keepin' It Real, your go-to radio show for fresh insights and vibrant introductions. Get ready to dive into a world where we offer you the latest in real estate wisdom and the juiciest community tidbits. From expert advice courtesy of top realtors to opportunities to give back through local charities, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll shine a spotlight on the young athletes driving our local sports scene and uncover the buzzworthy happenings both in town and beyond. Stay tuned for a jam-packed hour of enlightenment and entertainment right here on Keepin' It Real.
Good morning and welcome, Cochise County, to the Keepin' It Real radio show brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team right here at Long Realty Studios in sunny Sierra Vista. Now, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving this year, filled with love, laughter, and plenty of good food.
Absolutely. We hope your holiday was spent surrounded by the people that you love and who matter most to you. And if you couldn't be with family or friends, please know that you're in our hearts. You're part of this big community here in Cochise County. We want you to know that you really matter.
That's right. You know, you do matter, and the holidays can stir up a lot of emotions, but they're also a great reminder for all of us to slow down, look around, and take stock of what we're grateful for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're so grateful for all of you, our listeners, our guests, all those people we've been able to sponsor this year, and this incredible community that tunes in every week. Your support and engagement continue to make this show possible.
You know, we say it often, but it's true. It really is. This show was built to highlight local voices and connect people across our county, whether it's a business spotlight, a charity organization, an event coordinator, or maybe just an interesting person in our community. We love giving our listeners a chance to learn something new about the place we live in and call home. You know, every time somebody reaches out to us to tell us that they enjoyed an episode or they discovered a new local business or nonprofit through the show, you know, it reminds us of why we do this and why we're so grateful for this place.
Absolutely. And speaking of gratitude, we've got to talk about Pie Day.
Right, Pie Day. So what a turnout this year. You know, we've handed out, I guess, hundreds of Costco pies to our past clients, over the years, right before the holiday. And honestly, I know it's one of your favorites.
It is my favorite.
I know you love this, Sherry.
Everybody loves pie.
Right?
Yeah, it really is. And it's so heartwarming to see the families that we've helped over the years come back in. The kids are bigger, taller, new stories to share. Of course, we got to catch up on the updates on their homes and what's going on in their lives. We really treasure the time we get to spend with our clients and such a sweet moment to reconnect.
You know, sometimes you don't realize how fast time flies until you see those little ones, like you said, who were just toddlers when we helped their parents buy their home. And now look, they're all growing up. They're like all big.
Now they're walking,
Yeah, it's amazing.
So moments like that is the best reminder of what real estate's all about. It's not about the homes. It's about the people, right? It's about the memories, the milestones, and all the relationships that we've built along the way with our community. Yeah,
that's really true. You know, exactly. We're so thankful to each and every one of our clients, past and present, for trusting us with really an important part of their lives. Helping people find or sell a home is so meaningful, but staying connected and seeing those stories kind of continue, well, that's really what it reminds us of how grateful we are to be part of it.
Absolutely. From all of us at the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, thank you for letting us be part of your journey and for being part of ours. We're wishing you all a warm and joyful start to the holiday season ahead. Stick around because we've got a great show with a terrific local business owner lined up because, as always...
That's right, Sherry. We're keeping it real. We'll be right back in a jiffy with a special guest this weekend from the Executive Barber Club right here in Sierra Vista. It's going to be a really cool show. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. I'm here actually joined by a guest and also a co-host today. I've got Randy Wise in here in the studio today. Welcome, Randy.
Howdy, everyone.
And he's kind of co-hosting today with me. He's part of the Sherry Ethell Team. And then I've got Michael Talavera, and he's from the Executive Barber Club. So we're going to do a little business spotlight. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
And before we kind of get started, we always kind of like to get to know the person a little bit.
Sounds good.
So how long you been here in Sierra Vista? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been here 20 years.
Oh, a long time.
Moved from Colorado. Well, first we were in Douglas, then Colorado for 15, and then we came back to this area, to Cochise, in Sierra Vista. And then I started working at Juan's Barbershop.
Okay.
Free advertisement for Juan here. And then from there, I went and opened my own business.
About what year was that?
2018.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so we moved that business from there from the Highway 92 to 222 Fry Boulevard.
Yeah, I remember it was over there off of Foothills kind of area there.
Yes.
And now it's up here on Fry.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right up on the west end, kind of.
Right.
Okay.
And the reason we did that is because I wanted to depend more on the community of Sierra Vista.
Okay.
So I told my wife, why don't we just go kind of towards the center, that area, and try to get the community that area, from that area. And then later on, maybe move to the west side, started looking for the Army folks out there.
Yeah. Connect up with the fort.
And it was a good plan because it's worked really well for us.
Good.
And so now we've got the community, and now we've got the fort as well. So
Okay. So you've been here for 20 years and everything. Have you always cut hair? I mean, is that what you've
50
done?
years.
50 years.
1975.
No kidding. Holy cow. You might have the record of all the business spotlights maybe for a person who's been in here the longest in their profession, at least pretty close. I had Barnett's on here too, so I think he pretty much grew up in the business, but you're right up there at the top.
Wow.
So impressive.
Well, this is the way I look at it. People would ask me, when are you going to take a vacation? And I would say, this is my vacation. Why do I say that? Because my work is my vacation. I love what I do.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
And I don't think there's too many people that can say that.
No, there really isn't. I mean, a lot of people have a job, and that's just what it is. It's kind of a job. It's what they do from 9 to 5 or whatever hours, and but it's not their passion or their love or anything, and it's just for a paycheck. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome that it can do both.
Yeah,
right?
and during those 50 years, I've actually built 8 different businesses.
8 different businesses.
Yeah. Then I raise them up and then turn around and sell them.
Yeah. Okay.
All barbershops?
Yeah.
8 of them, but I had 2 gutter businesses as well. You know? Yeah.
Okay.
And so, how did you get started? Who influenced you? How did you just say, hey, I'm going to be a barber?
Yeah, right.
Well, as a matter of fact, I never even thought about cutting hair when I was 18 years old. I've always been a musician. And since I was maybe 9 years old, my father taught me a lot, with my brothers and whatnot. And I always thought I was going to be a professional musician traveling all over.
Oh, okay.
My father got to me and he says, Dad, son, why don't you stop with those dreams? Because it's not going to happen. Because there's a lot
Dream
of
squasher.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dad. I love you too.
Did he say cut your hair and get a real job?
Yeah, right.
Right. And so I said, but Dad, this is what I want to do. I says, I've been at it for a long time and I haven't made it big like I would like. He had been a musician for a long time. But anyways, so he says, remember that day that you cut my hair 2 years ago? And I go, yeah. Did you not like doing that? Never thought about it. I just cut it because you asked me to cut it, but I didn't think about it afterwards. Well, maybe that's something that you need to think about. Well, funny thing, he gave me a couple of pieces of advice, and I thought, man, he might have a point. So 2 weeks later, I called him up. I said, guess what? I'm going to barber school. And I've already got it all figured out, how much it's going to cost me, where I'm going to live, how long it's going to be, and how much the school is going to cost me. And I think I can do it. And then being a musician, I was playing every weekend, so that money was pretty good money.
Yeah, so it's kind of a cash cow for you to kind of keep doing what you're doing.
Right, and so it took me 9 months to finish the school, and I had no problems in sustaining myself while doing it, and then I worked for a couple of barbershops in Tucson, and then after that I moved to good old Lordsburg, New Mexico, and that's where it actually really started.
Yeah.
And I had my first shop there, and I had it... man, can you believe it? Back in the 70s, I was making $65,000, $70,000, and I was the only barber.
No kidding. That's amazing, actually, in Lordsburg.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't know that because my mother was my bookkeeper, and she says, hey, I found some papers about 20 years ago. So that was back, a few years back. And she says, what papers are these? Your taxes. What about that? Says, you know how much you were making back then? I don't know, 20, 40,000? No, try more like 60, 65, 75,000. I said, what?
Wow. Wow, that's pretty good money, especially in Lordsburg of all places. Yeah.
And so I thought, man, I better continue doing this. And 50 years later, I'm still at it.
Now, you were talking about you and your dad and everything. Now, do you have children?
I have 6 children.
6 kids. Wow.
5 boys and 1 girl.
Okay. So big family. And how old are they?
It ranges from 41 to 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one is young as 28.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the youngest?
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaiah, he cuts my hair.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So evidently, is some of them following in your footsteps, or
2 of them.
Two of them.
Fernando and Isaiah.
Okay. So 2 of them are cutting hair there at your shop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And are all of your barbers then family, or are there's some other ones?
Just friends.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think a couple of them actually go to the church that I go to, and that's where I met them. So
And how many barbers do you have altogether?
6.
6. Wow, 6. That's actually quite a few.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what's the location. I know we talked about it was on the West End, but just for people who are listening, where's your business at? What's your address out there?
222 Fry Boulevard.
Oh, that's pretty easy to remember.
Right across the street from Freedom Automotive.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So if you're listening out there and need to get a haircut today, now you know where to go.
There you go.
And this is Executive Barber Club. Yeah. So you got 6 kids and 5 boys, 1 girl. Now, you had mentioned about music. Tell me about that. So are you still doing that?
Not at the moment. It's been about a year. I was playing at the church, praise and worship.
And so what's your main instrument, and what were you playing back in the day as well?
Drums and percussion.
Oh, okay.
And at one point I was playing trumpet and saxophone too, but drums and percussion were my passion. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, and here, well, my father taught us all.
So he was a musician.
For the day he was born, I guess.
Now, wait a minute. So he tried to talk you out of doing that, but he was a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was afraid that because where I was thinking was not local, I wanted to
you wanted to go to the country, yeah.
Yeah, and so he taught us. He taught all my brothers and my sisters to play, just like I did with my kids.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I've got Fernando's a drummer. I've got a pianist. I got a bass player.
Wow, you got the whole band.
I got it. Yeah. Daughter sings and.
Do you guys ever get together and just jam?
Not anymore because they're all different.
Everywhere. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so we used to play for Colorado State University for their events. When I used to go to college out there, and we also played in front of Univision.
Oh yeah.
The TV station.
Yeah, TV station. Yeah.
We played, that was in the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been this musician. Your dad was a musician. You taught your kids to be musicians. Are any of them doing that are they all hobbyists, or are they
just hobbyists?
Nobody's doing it for a living or anything.
Nothing serious. No.
Did you have that talk with them too?
Yeah.
Hey, don't do that.
No, I told them do it.
Oh, you did tell them to do it.
I told them do it, but
yeah.
Matter of fact, to be honest with you, we had a chance to play at the Denver Nuggets Stadium. We were going to be there.
Oh, wow.
Their first event there.
No kidding.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
We were going to play with Mark Anthony.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
We had gone through an audition of. There's 300 of us that were competing for it, and we got the part. But then Mark Anthony's promoters told the Denver Nuggets owner, said, "Look, that sound system needs to be where it needs to be, the way we want it, for at least for that one day." They didn't do it. The most dumbest reason to stop it, but they stopped it.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was too bad. That was one opportunity right there.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we've learned a lot about you. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after these brief messages. This is the Sherry Ethell Team, Long Realty Studios, Keepin It Real. We'll be right back.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree. For military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way. Making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
It's the Home Spotlight Series, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, where home stories are told until they're sold.
Welcome to 434 Meadowood in Sierra Vista's Vista View Resort, a charming 2-bedroom, 2-bath home with office and den, offering 1,408 square feet of thoughtful updates and move-in ready comfort. Enjoy an open living layout with the kitchen, dining, and living space together, a spacious kitchen with Corian counters, double oven, and stainless appliances, plus updated tile floors and baths. You'll appreciate the newer HVAC system replaced in 2024 and a well-maintained flat roof for peace of mind. This premium lot backs to a green space for privacy, desert views, and a covered patio, perfect for outdoor living. A block wall surrounds the yard and a 2-car garage at convenience. All this within Vista View Resort's gated 55-plus community featuring clubhouse, heated pool and spa, pickleball trails, a dog park, and an active social calendar. Offered now at just $195,000.
Set up an appointment today. Buy and sell with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We make success stories for a living.
All right, welcome back to the Keepin Real with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. I'm here joined by Randy Wise, my co-host of the day.
Hello.
So thanks for showing up here with me today. And of course, he's actually brought my guest today, and he's brought Michael Talavera from Executive Barber Club to do a little business spotlight today. And so we're learning all about the business of a barbershop. So we were kind of talking about before the break just about your family, 5 boys, 1 girl, 6 kids. You were taught to be a musician when you were young. You taught them to be musicians, but a couple of them are following your footsteps as a barber, and you kind of broke off, and you've been doing this for 50 years, which is shocking. That's a long time. I got to ask, so using your hands all day, every day, and whatnot, does that cause you any problems, over the years and stuff?
5 operations left hand, 6 operations in the right
Oh,
hand.
my gosh.
2 operations in the shoulder, one just recently.
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually more than 5. Because
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I also had carpal tunnel. I had trigger finger, and this was my little pinky here, the right side. That one, they just operated that within a year's time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so using your hands is tough.
And I've got arthritis on both of them now as well.
Yeah. Jeez.
I know you're kind of retired from it. How often do you still cut hair?
As little as possible.
Yeah. You let the younger crowd
When I
do it.
first came down, I moved down from Alaska. It's the first shop I went to, and I might cut my hair a couple times. And then he handed me over to his son, Isaiah, who does a great job.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Wow. And it's nice, that you've got, family who are kind of following you in your footsteps and everything. And you said you had you'd started 8 different businesses over the years, and then kind of sold some of them off and whatnot. Do you find that you've got kind of an entrepreneurial spirit behind you? You just like to invest and buy things?
Well, as I was mentioning before we
What's the draw?
started, you said, I had said that people ask me, when are you going to take a vacation?
Yeah.
It's always been a vacation for me,
Yeah.
and that's how much of a passion I had.
Yeah.
For it,
Yeah.
know,
So you just love doing it.
I guess I'm a social butterfly, if you want to call me that, and people like that,
Yeah.
That's why I invited him on.
Right.
So that 30-minute haircut turns into like an hour and a half,
Well, that's
Not here.
That's actually nice that you can, you talk to somebody. Sometimes it's weird. I've had a lot of different barbers over the years, and some people you click with, and some people, there's just a lot of awkward silence, and that's kind of a weird thing when it's. I miss the old school barbers, because it was, a little more service and social.
And that's what I love about the shop. I love listening to Isaiah and Caesar cut up on each other. That's my favorite part there. So that's worth the price of admission.
That's a barbershop for you.
I have a question. So in 50 years, what is like the oddest hairstyle trend you've seen, or one that you just hope never comes back?
Well, I did both men and women for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
At first, it was barbers for about the first 5 years. Then I went into hairstyling and whatnot.
Okay, so you did some gals too.
And then I liked either one of them, but once I got back to just the men's, I love the fishtails haircuts with a flat top.
Oh yeah, you love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flat top, short on the top, right, and then the back of it, they feather it back towards the center, and like ducktail, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So what time period was that? What was When was that
popular?
70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
So what's the one you just like, oh my gosh, why do people do that?
Not that haircut. That one is like, that's an awesome haircut. But
awesome.
the ones that was kind of weird for me is when they have short hair on one side and long on the other side.
The emo kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck?
I don't know.
And
that's the right term.
And I said to myself, really, you want to get into this, Michael? And then when I got into it, I said, hey, the first thing that came to my mind was a dollar sign.
Yeah.
More money.
This is going to cost you more.
Yeah.
You're like, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And and that's probably the ones that I enjoyed back then.
Yeah. But you did women's hair too. That's kind of interesting. Was that a difficult transition?
Not difficult.
Okay.
It was more like, do I have to put up with this?
Uh-oh, ladies.
Yeah. No. But actually, I actually enjoyed it. I figured out that if I do that as well, it just increases my income.
Yeah.
They take it easy with these people.
It's a lot more, I don't know what you'd call it, elaborate, the women's hair and whatnot, there's more going on there.
Oh, yeah.
I would think that's a little bit tougher. And I don't know, are guys as picky or are they?
Today, yes.
Really?
Back then, no. I mean, picky. Women, thank you for being not as picky, if you guys are hearing me out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, today's men are like, and then to top it off, some of these guys that come from the Army,
Yeah.
you see these
Big guys, yeah.
and they're like, okay, I want this, I want that. I go, really? If I miss that one here, you're gonna get all upset? Well, I'm the one who's paying for it. Okay, fair enough. Then that will take that little hair off. Then
Yeah. It's very particular, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of makes sense, though. Yeah.
But it's okay. I mean, it's enjoyable. I mean, I get entertained by it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting over the times because 50 years, I mean, you've seen it all. That's a long time to be doing it from the 70s on out. You're like, there's been a lot of different crazy styles. In fact, we were just looking at, I think it was an album cover from the 80s. And man, there was some big hair back then.
Yeah.
There was some crazy looking hairstyles and just
A lot of gel and a lot of blow drying.
And you got the big sideburns, the pork chops.
Oh, yeah. All kinds of stuff.
I'm still waiting for those to come back. I'm ready.
Oh, jeez. No.
But it was all fun and good. I mean, I didn't think I'd ever get into that because I just wanted short hair and that was it. But once I got into it and got to meet that side of the industry, I met the different trainers. I actually was a trainer for a couple of big shots like Paul Mitchell and Redken and Aveda. I used to be a trainer for them as well.
Okay.
It's a different environment.
Yeah.
Very different environment. That's all. These people, I can tell you that most barbers and stylists, they have a certain way of thinking.
Yeah.
And it's
How's
like,
that?
They're all social butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't do without being.
Yeah, you got to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You definitely get to do that because
And again,
you see so many different people.
That's part of the experience, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's positive though for the person who comes in your door. Now, tell me a little bit before we take another break. I kind of want to know about your business and everything. We talked about how many barbers you had. Now, what kinds of services do you offer? Because I know some barbers, they'll give you a shave. Some barbers don't. Some barbers just haircuts. Is there things that you do or don't do?
Honestly, my standards is to do everything that has to do with men's haircuts, flat tops, crew cuts, short tops, whatever you want to call it, okay, or regular, or just a regular business haircut, And I tell the barbers, you're cutting yourself short if you don't do all that.
Okay,
it's more money for you guys, Do the shaves also, straight razor,
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The old-fashioned barbers.
Love that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think
nothing like a good shave.
If I can remember right, on one of my business cards, it says old traditional but with a modern touch.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's what it's about today, because I mean, if you're not knowing what you want, at least you can get the basics out of the way, and
sure,
and it's still a good, decent haircut.
Yeah.
And I would tell you that most men, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you treat them well, as long as you give them the haircut that they want or whatever suggested to them, they'll take it, and just take care of the person.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's funny because I did a little bit of car sales along the way, okay? And my boss told me, Michael, before you talk about business, find some commonality with these customers,
Yeah.
and you will
make a connection.
Yeah, and you will win them over.
Sure.
And so, you know what? That's exactly what I do in the barbershop already. So I'm already an expert on that, you know?
Yeah.
And this is what I tell the employees.
The new people, coming into it.
Yeah.
Find some commonality.
Connecting with people.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, they do a good job, that's for sure. So now you said, you do shaves, straight razor, and that's a whole thing. So how long does it take to learn how to do that? How do you go about training that? I mean, I'd cut my own throat if I was trying to use a straight razor. That'd be tough.
You just go right at it. I mean, I teach them. There's certain steps, and then when you go against the grain. But the main thing here is that skin has to be very well prepared.
Okay.
Hot steam towels. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't use the hot steam towels, you can cause a rash, or what do they call it, razor burn.
Okay.
So
does that make the hair follicles then kind of stand up?
Yep.
Or okay.
And then it's like cutting through butter. That's what it's like,
Okay.
And then you got barbers that just don't want to use the razor, but I tell them, you got to use the razor. If you want to make money, you got to use the razor. I don't care if it's a safety razor or a straight razor, but try to encourage the straight razor, because men want to experience the old tradition.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And
there's something about it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
It's
manly.
okay if they use the other thing, but man, it's a close shave. I think
very
for
close.
one, if you do a good job and you know what you're doing, and it's just I don't know, it feels good.
It does.
The way
You got the hot towel treatment, you got the hot foam.
Yeah, I love the hot towel.
Exactly. The way I see that, how a lot of women like to get their hands or fingers or nails done, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them go there for therapy, okay? Well, all that is therapy.
Yeah. That's true too. Yeah.
I mean, you got a steam towel
For
on
a
your
guy,
face, and
yeah.
you're like laying down. It's just like, oh man, keep it warm. Don't let it go, and just leave it there, And but people like it. Men like it.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I remember. When I was stationed down in Laredo, a lot of guys went to the Great Clips just because they had one, pretty girls there, but two, they gave this like massage. And guys would come in there who were bald and get it and pay for the haircut just so they could get the massage.
Yep.
So I hear what you're saying. It's the experience, but there's something about an old-fashioned kind of real barber that just is satisfying. You walk out pretty satisfied.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come back, and I got some more questions for you when we come back.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll be right back here with the Sherry Ethell team at Long Realty Studios, keeping it real with Randy and Mike, and we'll learn more about the barbershop industry. We'll be right back.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you. Their approach? Personalized service. Above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation. You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
Do uneasy markets have you waiting for the ideal moment to make home ownership a reality? Your answer lies in a conversation with Sherry Ethell and her exceptional team at Long Realty, a name synonymous with trust and reliability in Arizona's real estate landscape.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ethell, Realtor and Team CEO of the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. Your ideal moment has arrived. We tailor our approach to you and your needs and goals. Let us put our extensive network to work for you and take the stress out of the process.
Whether buying or selling, remember the name Sherry Ethell and the Sherry Ethell Team. Visit the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more information. Real integrity, real results.
All right, welcome back this Saturday morning on the Keepin' It Real radio show, brought to you by Sherry Ethell and her team right here at Long Realty Studios. I'm joined by Randy Wise. Randy is one of our team realtors, so welcome, Randy. And glad to have you with me today. And we're interviewing, actually, Mike. He's from the Executive Barber Club, Mike Talavera, and we're talking about just the barber industry and talking about the the barbershop that he owns. Now, we were kind of talking about the old-fashioned kind of barber experience, you know, where you get the shave, the hot towel. We're just telling, it's kind of making me feel good just thinking about it. You know, thinking, man, I want to come down and get a haircut. It really, like you said, Mike, it's really satisfying, and it's like an experience. And now, I got to ask, though, too, as things have become more expensive, whether it be products, whether it be business space, all those kinds of things. Have you found that challenging? Because obviously haircuts have gone up a little bit, but not exponentially like so many other things have. Is that challenging?
It can be.
Yeah.
And when I was in Denver, Littleton, I took over my brother's shop there, and my brother told me, Mike, he says, forget about the $13 haircut that I used to charge in Douglas, you know.
Okay.
He says, okay, so what do we do here? He says, we're going to be charging $25, $28. I said, what? $25, $28? That's like $10 more, $15 more. He says, yeah, you bet. That's how it is here. I said, okay, so fair enough. So I took over the reins. I took over his shop. And the next thing you know, like 2 years later, we had a lot of high-end business people. Mm-hmm. You're going to go up with your prices, aren't you? No, not really. What do you mean not really? You need to raise up those prices.
Really?
I says, and in my mind, I'm thinking, $28, $25 is already expensive as it is, you know?
Yeah.
And so, Mike, you need to raise those prices. And I did. Went up to something like $38. Long story short, fast forward it, you know, I started to learn the industry in terms of the business side, of the money side. And I thought, you know what? If you're confident in what you do and confident in what you say and how you say it towards your customers, you know, they'll come back to you. You know, for the most part, they will.
If it's a great experience and good service, right?
Exactly.
Good haircut.
So then here, I'm going over here now.
Yeah.
We went up on our prices around right after COVID. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we really got hit with COVID. Of course,
it was tough. Yeah,
we had to close the shop down for
a while.
For a while there, but so people are saying, you know, you got to go up in your prices. Supply and demand. We talked to the barbers. My wife and I talked, and they says, okay, let's go up, and we did.
Yeah.
And people are still coming.
Yeah. Yeah. So it didn't change your business model really having to raise the prices just to be able to keep up with everything. Yeah. Talking about the business side of it, how do you go about your marketing and everything? Is that something that people just keep kind of word of mouth gets around and it comes back, or do you actually do some
the word of mouth is always good, okay? But the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I mean, you just put one little advertisement, and it takes only 1 minute for people to see it, and all of a sudden you start getting phone calls. Hey, is that deal going to be for how long? Blah blah blah. You know, the internet every day. I tell the barbers, look, put yourself out there. Put them in your personal page. Put it in the business page.
Yeah,
people will come to you, but you've got to do it. You have to be consistently.
Yeah,
psychologically, it'll get to people up here. Say, oh man, I got to go check that barbershop out. You know.
Yeah.
And those that haven't been going to us, all it does is just locks in their faith towards us.
Yeah.
And it's internet.
Yeah, that's crazy. Social media has become something, you know, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, it just takes off. And a lot of people, you know, use that every day. That phone has become part of our arm, I think, you know, and it's just part of you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thinking of all these things here with haircuts and everything. As far as your pricing now, so what's a haircut run? And is there a difference between, you know, like just a haircut or haircut and a shave? What's that look like?
Well, right now we're charging, I believe, close to $35 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and
are you doing just men?
Well, if they want to do women, it's up to them. You know, I've actually.
So you don't confine your barbers.
No,
if they want to expand.
If they want to expand, that's beneficial for them. You know? I mean, I think they would be foolish if they didn't.
Yeah.
You know? I think that was one of the reasons why I decided to get into it, because in the 70s there was a big recession back then, and it says, oh my gosh, how am I going to do it now? Yeah. So one of my cousins, female cousins, she says, hey Michael, you should get into doing women's hair. No, I don't want to do women's hair. I was kind of negative about it.
Yeah.
You should. Let me be your first guinea pig.
Yeah.
And I did. And the next thing you know, I started getting a lot of women coming in too, you know. So my gosh, so my actual income doubled.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You know?
$35 would be cheap for a woman's haircut. I mean, theirs is pretty expensive. I know.
They probably tip better too, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I'll keep that one in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell them, look, learn as much as you can. This is a type of industry. Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get into it. You get it out of it. You know, if you don't put the amount of time and the amount of effort and the amount of training that you need to get to make better for you, you're losing out. You know, don't matter what people say, you just go and do it. You know.
Yeah.
So what's the mark of a good barber that someone might not notice? You train barbers, so I guess is what do you see in people or someone you're training that you know they're going to be good, that they have it beyond the gift of gab and communication? Is there anything that?
See, I don't know, but we do a lot of apprenticeship. Okay, we're probably at the tail end of it this year. So, during that time, I teach them not just about haircutting, but I also teach them about the business side of it too. And how to be with people, how to talk to people, what to say, what not to say. Right. I used to work for this barbershop, and he says, "Hey, Mike, I don't know if you're going to like the idea of working here, but it seems like you have a good head on your shoulders." I goes, "Okay, so what are you talking about?" Here we talk about politics, and here we talk about religion. And this is something that I've always taught differently. The opposite. Okay?
Right. Most people do. Yeah.
And so I opened my ears and eyes to that. And I said, "Okay, that's fine." So here I've told them, "Look, you guys can talk about anything. If the customer says they don't want to hear it, stop. If they want to hear it, that's between you and your customer."
Right. Okay? Yeah, you can talk about whatever.
Yeah, but don't push it on anybody. And if there's things that you don't like about the services, let us know.
Yeah.
I tell the customers that, and we do it in such a way where they feel comfortable in telling us.
Yeah.
And I had that happen where I had one barber was very quick. It was like a supercuts type thing. And I'm like, "Whoa, what the heck was that?" Because of my previous experiences with you. And then when I came in and I told you about that, you made it right. And you said, "We'll take care of that." And you did. So that's why I kept coming back. So I appreciate that.
Take your time. I mean, if you're going to charge this much money, you got to take your time. The 30, 45 minutes tops, And don't try to do it in 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you, God bless them for those people that do finish in 15, 20 minutes. But if you guys hearing out there, please take your time, because we get customers here having to redo them from other shops.
Yeah.
And that's not fair for a person, because they got to charge, they got to pay more money,
Right.
So.
Right. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I know. I remember, I had a longtime barber before I even lived in Arizona, and I was up in Oregon, and I had a flat top back then, and he was like one of those old school barbers, older guy, and he'd put his arm up there and look at it and everything in the mirror, make sure that thing was like, just sharp. It was just like, it's amazing when you get a really great barber, because it seems like the haircut is, I don't know, so stellar, it's almost perfect. And it's just really, when somebody takes their time and really does a great job, and it makes a huge difference compared to what you were talking about. Nothing against great clips or supercuts or whatever, but for some people, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for the experience, and they're looking for that really, I don't know, it's just fine-tuned.
It's a relationship that they're trying to build. Both barbers and the customer. Sometimes barbers we're known to be best friends to the customers.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah, you get to know somebody, and you just keep coming back, if nothing else, because you know them
what?
so well.
If you want some good counseling, man, go to a barbershop too. That's another thing. Well, funny thing is, I've also went to school to be a counselor, to top it off.
No kidding. Yeah. All right, let's talk about that when we come back from this break. We'll take a quick break, folks. I'm with Mike from Executive Barber Club, Mike Talavera, and he's going to talk a little more about the barbershop and all the cool things there. And I got Randy Wise, my co-host here, who's going to stick with me through the next part of the show. We'll be right back, folks. Keep it real.
We're the real wayfinders, the trailblazers, the go-getters. In a town where the desert wakes before dawn, we don't just talk, we make things happen. And when we speak, It's real, it's genuine, and it's worth hearing. Tune in every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on Cool 104.1 FM. Join the Sherry Ethell Team for Keepin' It Real, where top realtors, local heroes, and the heartbeat of our community come together. Raw, authentic conversations, expert market insights, and the best local events you can't afford to miss. Keepin' It Real, celebrating our community. Bold, genuine, one of a kind.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you. Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation. You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
Welcome back to Keepin' It Real. This is Dion Ethell. I'm your host, and I've got Randy Wise, my co-host here, and this is the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios, Keepin' It Real. I'm here with Mike Talavera, and he's with the Executive Barber Club, and we've been talking this whole time about barbershops, his barbershop that's on the West End down on Fry Boulevard, if you haven't ever been to it, the Executive Barber Club. And we're talking about just the experience of getting a good cut and what that's like, and that it's, the old school barbershops, they're a little bit different experience. So if you've never experienced one, what would you tell people? Why come to you and to experience that?
There at the barbershop, pretty much have talked and taught the barbers that to be suggestive in the things that we have as services.
Yeah.
I says, don't be afraid to tell your customers, hey, if they don't know what they want, suggest, look at their face and look at their structure of their face and everything about their head, and then explain to the customer what haircut would look good on them. Then you show them some pictures and see if they are in tune with you, and then go with it. Go with the flow. If those that are not really sure do the same thing, but the ones that know their stuff, they'll know their stuff. I want to tell you right now, because people are so picky now these days.
Yeah.
They know what they want for the most part.
Okay. So today, most people are coming in with already a predetermined, they know exactly what kind of haircut and how they want it cut.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really.
I wonder if that's because of the social media exposure, that you're constantly being seen somewhere here and there. So you always very conscious about your look a little more.
Could be.
Do you find that certain haircuts are kind of trendy?
Always
a lot of the same stuff over. I noticed you go to a football game or something here locally, and you see a lot of young kids, especially who are high schooler age, or a little older, and a lot of the same kind of haircuts. Seems like there's some trends there.
They come and go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's what do they call that? Short on the sides and long in the back.
Yeah.
What are they
the
called?
mullet?
The mullet, yeah.
Oh, yeah, mullets are back.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, 8 years ago, it was strong for about 2 years, and then it stopped.
Oh, yeah?
And now it's
kind of coming back
but
again.
a little different now. There's different variations of it now.
For a while, it became a meme.
It was like I remember, for a while there, it was like a kind of a bad thing, and you were going to be made fun of, but now all of a sudden it's like people, even my son, so I got one of my boys, he's got pretty long hair, and he loves mullets, and I'm just like, what? But he loves them, and he's in his 30s, late 30s, so it's a thing.
With that being said, I tell the barbers, look, if that's what they want, that's what you give them.
Yeah.
But Michael, it looks ugly. It don't matter. Just
if
give
that's
it to
what they
them.
want.
That's what they want. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose the opportunity.
There's no such thing as a bad hairstyle.
Well, and you get somebody like me too who comes in, and I'm almost 60, so at this age, I've kind of had a lot of haircuts, and I kind of know what I want, and so you're kind of like, just stick to this, and you'll know if you go to one of those really fast haircut places, and you get a haircut, and you're like, this isn't what I wanted. Kind of a little bit frustrating. So I appreciate the guy who takes a little bit more time and gets it right.
Well, I tell the barbers, look, more than anything else, you've got to be a great listener.
Yeah.
If you
That's a good point.
If you listen to what they're telling you, what they want, then go for that.
Yeah.
But don't assume. Don't ever assume, because you assume they're gonna be all over you.
Yeah. Yeah. So when one of your people are cutting hair and everything, do you ever watch them? After they've gone through their training, they've gone doing their own thing, and you've got some kids in the business. Do you ever just pop by, just kind of, and just catch them, just taking a look at what they're doing and everything, give them some continued advice or anything? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've told them they got to be open. My wife is not a barber. And let me tell you, she has learned a lot, and she will tell the barber, "Hey, there's a little piece there missing."
She has done that too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And see, I first thought, man, that's unprofessional. But you know what? I thought if the customer appreciates it, and for the most part they do.
It's quality control out the door. Like, nope.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, she micromanages.
So what does she do for the business, and what's your wife do?
She does the bookkeeping, the accounting, and does the appointments. She cleans the shop. She does everything.
Okay, so she does a bunch of stuff then. So she's really a part of the team there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But she's also, like you said, quality control, I guess.
Right. That's right.
She kind of keeps an eye out for the.
But she's also
a great lady.
Yeah, she's a great motivator too. She really likes to motivate them. Look, guys, this is your business. You know that chair right there? That's your business right there.
Yeah.
Take care of it. And then so she'll give them some tips and whatnot.
Yeah.
So she's pretty good. I like her.
Now, how long have you been married?
42 years.
Wow, 42 years. So most of your barber life, then,
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yes. Wow.
Got married on October 8th, 1983.
Wow. Nice. I wasn't even out of high school yet. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Well, good for you. Again, congratulations to you and your wife. And what's your wife's name?
Lupita.
Okay, shout out to Lupita and appreciate it. Hope you're listening. So when you're going through the process of kind of keeping an eye on your shop, because you said you don't cut hair as often as you used to. In fact, you'd rather the others kind of do that and take off on their business. Mm-hmm. What do you do with your time? What's your hobbies now?
Well, I buy and sell real estate.
Buy and sell real estate, really? Well, that's kind of up our alley.
Yeah.
So, so what kinds of real estate are you looking to do? Is this rentals or this flips?
Well, starting this year, I made a decision that everything that I buy, I'm just going to keep until the day I die. Okay?
Oh yeah, and pass it on, or
pass it on. Yeah. It was fix and flips. I've never had rentals, and now I have bought some land, and land is probably the new gold this generation now.
Yeah,
it's
well, they're not making any more of it. So,
and it's I'll give you an idea. Back in Douglas, I bought a piece of land last year, and I bought it for I believe it was $17,000, I think, and I sold it for $39,000, I think it was.
Yeah,
and so. Keep rolling that on and
keep buying other land and other properties. Yeah.
Matter of fact, right as soon as I get out of here, I have to go negotiate on this house or this duplex I want to get. So
Well, they said a lot of people don't realize that most millionaires have real estate in their portfolio, and most of them started with that. It's the fastest way to gaining wealth is real estate, and it's one of those things that continues to appreciate. And one of those things that has value. It gets tougher and tougher now with a lot of the big corporations kind of in the game too. You see in some areas that even have whole developments that are rentals that are owned by a company. Yeah. And that's kind of a newer thing in the last decade or so. And so you're seeing that more and more. And a lot of the big companies buying up, property. So really behooves all of us to own our own little piece of land that you can call your own. And that's cool that you're going to, save that and give that to your family and pass that on as kind of an heirloom to them.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've learned to vision, and I think my advice to whoever's listening out there, learn to vision as to what it is that you want to do. Be intentional. and be purposeful.
Yeah.
That's how I've been for many, many years, and definitely will pay off,
Yeah, you're obviously a testament. Yeah, I've had a number of people in that seat, talking about their business, whether it be a restaurant, whether it be a store, some other kind of a business here in town. And we talk about business on a regular basis. And one of the things that it always strikes me is the people who've been around the longest, right? They figured out, they cracked the code on what it takes to have that longevity, to build to hold out and keep a business for a long time. Right. And that's not necessarily easy, because a lot of times, the first time you even hear, I had somebody actually say this on the radio a while back, that she hated to hear the first time about a local business as it was going out of business, the 80% off sale or whatever. Yeah. And unfortunately, we do have some that just, they don't survive. But you figured it out, and you've had several businesses. Yeah. So kudos to you.
Yeah, you just
stick with it.
Stick with it, And you know what? And this is something that I just learned about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
About success. I was always after success.
Yeah.
Always after success. But then one day I heard some sermon. He says, stop chasing after success. Chase after purpose. If you chase after purpose, then success will come after.
Naturally, yeah. I like that.
And the last 2 businesses that I had, that's exactly what I did. And let me tell you, it changed my world, because the other way I was doing it, I was always frustrated, always upset,
right.
because
chasing the dollar.
Yeah, and then once I started chasing that purpose, well, let me tell you, it sure changed. It kept me on my feet, grounded, and calm, and instead of fighting myself. Yeah.
Well, Mike, that's really good advice. I think that's great advice to people, not only sticking with it, but have some purpose behind what you're doing, and love what you're doing. I love the fact that you love what you're doing. Yeah. And that makes a huge difference, just in sticking around. I think the people who really are committed and purposeful and then love what they're doing, they tend to stick around a long time.
Definitely.
So, Executive Barber Club, how did you come up with that name?
2 of my boys, I would say, hey, let's call it Michael's Barbershop. No, Dad. That's why it's been Dad. No, Michael's this. No, use your name, blah, blah, blah. And
sounds exclusive,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it does.
I said, well, it got me through.
I do have my card right here.
Right. No, I said, you should say something like Executive Barbershop.
Yeah.
Barbershop. And so then I said, well, that kept that in my mind, right back in my head, right? And then I went to New York to go look at this franchise, talk to the CEO of this franchise. It was called Kennedy's American Barber Club.
Yeah. And you like the club piece.
I like the club piece, huh? And so I said, Executive Barber Club.
Yeah.
And that's how we got it.
It does feel like, honestly, it feels kind of inclusive, right?
Does, yeah.
Like you're part of something that is bigger than yourself. So I like it. Yeah. It's a great name. It's a great name, Executive Barber Club.
And the thing with that, my purpose behind that was I wanted to do, and we did for a little bit, but the concepts that I was trying to bring from New York to here, I couldn't make it work here.
Yeah.
Because it's a different whole beast.
It is. It's a unique place anyway. Sierra Vista is very different than a lot of places.
And so I had membership for a little bit, but it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just a small town mentality, I guess. I don't know. But I tried it. It didn't work. We tried to change the little things, and it didn't work. And so we just do what we do now. So
yeah. Well, it's working. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Now you got to stick. Everybody's got to try some things and, and experiment a little bit. I think that's good in business. But it kind of boils down to you got to know your community.
Yeah.
Somebody else told me that here sitting there. You really got to invest in what the community needs and wants, and figure out, like you said, you got to know people, and you got to listen.
Exactly.
And be a good listener. So good advice. Well, I appreciate it, Mike. I appreciate you talking about your business, Executive Barber Club, down on Fry Boulevard. So if you get a chance, come down for a haircut and a shave. Pretty amazing. It makes me want to go get a haircut now.
Yeah. I'll see you Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have to come down. So now, last thing, before we go, is it appointment only?
No, it's both.
So you can walk in as well. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Because I might have to walk in. It's been a while since I've been to I'm one of those holdouts who cuts his own hair and stuff at probably shows, but and it just gets so busy, it's hard to make time and everything. But now it's like you get hankering for a good steak or something, and you're just like, Yeah, I
You
need
need
to
that
go
hot
get a
towel on your
haircut.
face,
I
man.
need that.
Go in.
Yeah.
Change your life.
No, I shouldn't have had you on the show. Now I'm going to be stuck getting a haircut all the time now. So good job. So you sold me. You sold me.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Mike Talavera with Executive Barber Club right here in sunny Sierra Vista. And thank you, Randy Wise, for hanging out with me a little bit.
My pleasure. Thanks,
and
Mike.
Thank you.
co-hosting
Thank you,
today.
guys. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no, appreciate it. All right, everybody. Great Saturday morning to you. Hope you enjoy your day. This is the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios, and we're keeping it real. We'll be right back. It's the Home Spotlight Series, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, where home stories are told until they're sold.
Hi friends, Sherry Ethell here. You won't want to miss 6209 East Saddlehorn Drive in picturesque Kings Ranch. This incredible 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1834 square foot home delivers breathtaking views of the Huachuca Mountains from every corner. Inside you'll love the bright and open layout, the tall ceilings, beautiful flooring, and a kitchen that stuns with white cabinetry, granite counters, stainless steel appliances, and a breakfast bar. The primary suite features a walk-in closet, dual vanities, a garden tub, and separate shower. The guest rooms are spacious, and the 3-car garage includes a sparkling epoxy finish. Step out back to a huge, fully fenced yard and a large covered patio perfect for relaxing, entertaining, or even adding a pool. 6209 East Saddlehorn Drive, listed at $455,000.
Buy and sell with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We make success stories for a living.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree for military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
That brings us to the end of another Keepin' It Real radio show, and we just want to say a big thank you for letting us be a small part of your weekend. Whether you're a longtime listener or just caught us for the first time today, we're so glad you're here. Got something you'd love us to talk about? Maybe a local story, a cool event, maybe a guest idea. Maybe you're related to or know someone who has an interesting story, profession, or past. We would love to hear from you. So drop it in our Keepin' It Real suggestion box at Long Realty. We're located just behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Or if it's easier, you can email me directly at sherry@sherryethelteam.com or call me or text me at 717-599-2439. This is your show, and it's all about our community, our connections, and the what's up of Cochise County, and as always, keeping things real. And your voice will help shape what we do next. We'll see you next Saturday from 7 to 8 a.m. right here on 104.1 CoolFM, making radio cool again.
Stay safe and stay cool, Cochise County, and keep it real.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Keepin' It Real radio show. Join us next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for more engaging interviews with top realtors and industry leaders, keeping you informed about the latest trends in real estate. Stay connected with us as we bring you updates on the dynamic events shaping our vibrant community. From exciting local happenings to noteworthy charities and causes, we've got you covered. See you next week for another edition of Keepin' It Real.